It's in the it should be in the description now. It should be in the description. Okay. Give me 1 minute. I'm just saying. Oh, we got more stuff. This is just the beginning. Get your stockings. Get stuff your stock. We about to stuff your stockings, man. We about to stuff your stockings. All right. So the prompt thing is important. I can't stress that enough. We begin our journeys with prompts. Okay. We begin our journeys with prompts. So prompt based was one. There's a lot more. Fortunately, we got Imaginarium. And when you tap in with Imaginarium, you'll have a lot more. I'll show you the school in a minute. And the school has a bunch of insight. This is the school right here. And as you can see on our school, we are delivering. We're giving people quality. We're giving them everything that they need. You feel me? I believe it's free to sign up. You could come up in here for free. Here's 1,200 chat GPT prompts. Let me copy this and let me drop this in the chat too. Let me copy this and let me drop this in the chat, because I'm not here to style on nobody and be like, look what we got. Nah, we here to share. We want to feed the family. We here to feed the family. You know what I mean? On this good Sunday and whatnot. Because think about it. You know, our people is watching the Super Bowl right now, getting fed. It's feeding their, it's feeding their, because there's some people that live for this football shit. I ain't getting in the way of that. I'm just saying that I know that there's other people out there that ain't into football. So, what about them? You know what I'm talking about? What about them? They don't want to watch Turning Point with Kid Rock, so we got to give the alternative. So we got to come with some gifts and encourage the family and whatnot to get out there and to do some things. You feel me? Do some things, make some things, create some things, break some things, do whatever you got to do. Just do it. Right. So I'm going to drop the link for the school so y'all can sign up, because I do want at least 500 of y'all to be in the building with us, because man, oh man. So it just goes on. It's a lot of stuff in here, and we're going to be dropping more things. We just started class number 1. Class number 1 was on Friday. We had a vibe session on Saturday. Okay.
Content.
And then the vibe session of the, and I stay on top of things, but I started seeing a lot of people with the meme. In the vibe session, we were dropping gems.
Loop, and you can.
Do I need to?
I only ask. Yeah, I asked that.
I had a story on that.
Oh, no.
Your skills, you store your ideas.
No, this is class number 1. This ain't the vibe session. This is the class. This is the class, man. This is the class. The plane.
You can serve more.
This is the class.
Prompt.
So yeah, y'all be able to catch up to class number 1. It's inside of the Imaginarium. Blueprints from the planetarium. I'll drop the link for that. Like I said, we have paid and we also have free. And I would love for the family to be a part of what it is that we're doing. And I'm going to explain exactly what the hell it is, because I know you like, Imaginarium, what is that? I'm going to break it down. It's the illest 90-day accelerator that you could ever be in. I know that much. It's one of the illest things that, I've been working a long time putting this together. So real quick, we'll get to it. Let's go and let's see another prompt that we could all benefit from. This one right here. This is a good one. You're going to love this. So the next prompt that I'm going to be giving you, ladies and gentlemen. This right here is a game changer, because this is literally one of the easiest ways that you could become a designer, and you could become a content creator, and you could take regular pictures and you could turn them into the illest output that you can ever have, right? So how many people familiar with Nano Banana? Nano Banana is a tool that Google put out. Google, right? Nano Banana is a tool. It's an image generator that was released by Gemini 3, and I believe it's free, right? It's from Gemini, and I believe it's free, right? So they have Nano Banana, the original one, and then they have Nano Banana Pro. So make sure you're using Pro. You can find it online. It's free. And if it's not free, it ain't really that much. It's everywhere. Everybody got Nano Banana Pro. It's on Higgsfield. It's on Free Pick. It's on all of them. So yeah, here are the prompts though. If you wanted to create a 3D action figure, all you have to do is to copy this right here, paste it in Nano Banana, put your picture or your wife's picture or your Umi's picture or your friend's picture right there, drop that shit, and now you became a toy. Let me drop the link right here while I'm talking. There go the link right there for Nano Banana. Okay, that's the link for the Nano Banana. 40 free prompts. 40 free prompts so we could level up in this art game. I don't want nobody being ahead of us. F that. You know what I'm talking about? I'm treating this shit like the NFL. I'm treating it like I'm like this is the chip. You know what I mean? We don't want nobody in front of us. We don't want nobody scoring on us. We don't want nobody doing a touchdown dance on us. We want to be in front of this shit. Okay? So if you wanted to make a chibi knitted doll, fellas, real quick, go to your Instagram crush, take her picture and turn her into a doll. And instead of sending her a picture of your Willy Wonka, you send her one of these. You send her a Ghibli doll. It's called a chibi knitted doll. She would like that. I think she will. She would like that. I don't know. I could be wrong. She could be a thug. You know what I'm saying? She could be from Philly or something. You know? Character capsules. You want to put a character in a capsule? There you go. Your day has arrived. You put the character in the capsule. You know what I mean? A baby in a bottle. You know what I mean? A baddie in a goodie in a capsule. You could put a baddie in a capsule. There you go. You know, ladies, you might have a crush too. Put him in a capsule and send it to him. You know, an iPhone selfie. Oh, no. Character plush toys. Look, there's 40 of these. I'm not about to read every single one of them, but I'm gonna scroll through it. You could do any one of these. You could make it you know, once again, remember our demographics is 12 to 25. So we're taking baby pictures. We're taking our son's pictures. We're taking our quote unquote daughter's pictures, our nephews and our nieces and whatnot. And what are we doing? We're turning it into imagery, and then we're sending it to them like we're cool. And they're going to laugh, LOL, and be like, Unc, where did you find this? Right? This is the things that you do. Because remember, you want to speak the language of the youth. And what language is the youth speaking? Well, they speak a digital language. They got their noses stuck to their phones and whatnot. So they're obviously stuck to the digital world. They're immersed in the digital world. They don't think that you're cool enough to even talk digital to them. However, the people that built the apps that they're playing on, the people that built the video games that they're playing on, they are our age, ladies and gentlemen. So don't let none of these young whippersnappers confuse you and whatnot. They're the customers, you're the provider. You create their world and they live in it, not the other way around. So to try to pull up on them and you're not in their world, they're going to look at you like, why are you here? But if you can show them that you are now a part of their world and you understand their world and you creating things that make them like, how'd you do that? That's the hook. Now you got them and you could pull them in and you could reel them in, right, into this world that you're building, and it's easy peasy, right? Easy peasy. This is speaking the language of the youth. This is not necessarily something that your 65-year-old crush is really going to be. I mean, even they're going to react. I'm just saying, you know, but I mostly want to capture the minds of these children that are drifting away, right? Because we want to relate to them. And if anything, if these Epstein files and the fact that nobody's getting arrested and the fact that nobody's trying to do anything about that and the fact that they're letting it get normalized, then we as parents and as the village, it's time for us to ramp the fuck up. We have to reel these children back in, okay? Because there's a lot of Glazane Maxwells out there on Instagram with 30-inch weaves and BBLs, and they are convincing these children to become prostitutes and to become tools for the rich, the nigger rich and the uber rich. So we're not about to turn a blind eye as to what's really going on out there. There's a lot of Ghislaine Maxwells with wigs on and no edges and whatnot. There's a lot of Jeffreys, right? Jeffrey Epstein could be the same thing as Jeffrey from YSL. That shit, nobody, no one's getting punished for it. So we have to assume that they're multiplying people right now. They're multiplying people right now. That's the campaign. That's the psyops. So it's an emergency to reel the children back in by any way necessary, by any means necessary. Before it gets violent, we got to try these peaceful means first. Okay, we got to try the peaceful means first, and then if that don't work, then we're gonna have to pull out the motherfucking the bazookas. But yeah, check it out. So object extraction. I'm gonna show you how I use it, and then we'll be able to use it collectively. So I used this already last night. I'm gonna use another one. Turn a line art into an image. So you could take line art and you could turn it into a full image. All right. You could take one picture and turn it into a grid pose, right? One picture and turn it into a grid pose. Let me see. I'm gonna take this, and then we're gonna go into Higgsfield. All right. And then we're going to generate 4 pictures, Nano Banana Pro. So this, okay, yeah, I don't see it. Let me switch to this. That's then. Let me go to Higgsfield. So I went into Higgsfield. Now, if you're not familiar with Higgsfield, ladies and gentlemen, Higgsfield is a AI creative suite, right? This is it's basically like a one-stop shop. It's the Bloomingdale's of AI tools right now. If you sat on Higgsfield for maybe 24 hours, you could make a mini movie. That's how much that is anything that you want to do. You could do it on Hicksfield at this point. The site started out very small and it grew over the months. One of the fastest growing AI sites on the internet. Now, once again, they're a little shady. They be playing games sometimes. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. They got a little, you know, they be having these 85% off sales. They be playing with their prices sometimes. So I'm just giving you a forewarning. Once again, I'm just showing you I don't have no stocks in these companies. I'm just showing you the shit that I'm using. I use a lot of tools. So the Phillips screwdriver, it used to take screws off the door for me. I don't know what they doing over there at Phillips. And I don't really, you know what I mean? I'm not that invested as to what they was doing over there at Phillips. I just know that the screwdriver works. So that's kind of like Mid-Journey and OpenAI. I know that the companies might be up to some shit, but right now I'm just going to use the tools and I'll get to them in a minute. So these are the different models that they have, right? When it comes to images, there's a lot of options, right? However, in my humble opinion, the two top options is Nano Banana Pro and Chat GPT Image 1.5. Those are the top two for me. Those are the ones that knocked out and gave me the best results out of all of them. So I took the prompt and I want to turn this Malcolm X picture into a 3x3 grid. Let's press it and see what it does. You have the option of making it 4 of them. You can make it unlimited. You can make it you could click on there. This is the ratio. So it could be vertical, horizontal, right? You could put it in 2K or 4K. You get to say how many of them, 1 up to 4. You can have up to 4, or you could just go with 1. If I click on unlimited, it will be 1. And then you could have a draw. You could click on draw, where you literally could take, you could draw on it and then generate it. So you could scribble on it. You know what I mean? Let's say you want to put a rope chain around his neck. You could scribble a rope chain and then press enter, and it will make a rope chain. So these were the pictures that it gave me from the photo that I just had of Malcolm X. And this is a part of my Imaginarium series. What if Malcolm X never left Africa? I have a whole series, ladies and gentlemen. It's about, it's like a Netflix series. It's about Malcolm X. It's an animated Netflix series, and we'll be following El Malik Shabazz as he takes over Africa. You dig? So, as you can see, it gave us the nice little output. Now, I could take these pictures and I could feed it into another app, and I now can make a story. I can make a whole scene and whatnot, like a storyboard scene based off of this storyboard right here. You see how that works? That was one prompt from Nano Banana that I just took. It was a free prompt, and I went right to Hicksfield. I didn't do anything but paste it and press enter, and look at my output. It's giving him smiles. He's doing, I didn't tell it to do any of these things. I didn't prompt it to say make him smile. I didn't say make him smoke the cigar. I didn't say none of that. I just put it right there and press enter. I'm just showing you the ease at which we now could create anything that we could think of. Okay? It is very easy to create anything that we could literally think of in our minds. All right? The world is ours. We are here to tell our story. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. We're going to tell our story, and the AI is going to assist us. And it is what it is. Like, it's going to be our assistant. It is the glorified help. Some people wake up and be the help and they don't think nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to say that, you know, we have new help. We have new help. I used to be the help. Now I have help helping me. I was the glorified help. You know what I'm talking about? I used to work at a temp agency. I was the glorified help. They were sending me to every mailroom in Wall Street to sort the mail out back in the day. I was on probation. You know what I mean? So they had me, you know, it was like I was an indentured servant. I felt like I was in slavery. You know, I was the glorified help. They was just shipping me around. Now I got something helping me, so I can never be that again. I'm gonna make sure that I go so hard that I don't have to go through that again, because it was somewhat, you know, it was a little debilitating. It was a little debilitating. My ego was like, yo, my nigga, like, what are we doing? So I'm gonna do it one more time. Then I'm gonna go and get another prompt, and I'm gonna prompt it out again. I'm gonna do another prompt. I don't want to turn the God into a toy or nothing, but I'm gonna create something like a 3D, some type of 3D thing, so we could see how we could just click a button and it will take us and do things for us. Okay. Bad Bunny in the jungles of Colombia. Do you know, ladies and gentlemen, yo, pray for Colombia, pray for Spain, and pray for Portugal. Coincidentally, all of those places are underwater. I wonder how. There's a storm that's about to flood Portugal called Martyr, right? Not Malta, because I was like, oh, that's Malta. No, nigga, Martyr. Martyr, like Atlanta's transportation. Portugal is underwater. The places that massacred the Moors, Spain is underwater. Italy was underwater. But Portugal, especially, shout out to all of my Brazilians and whatnot. Portugal is underwater. Cordoba is underwater. Colombia is underwater. Let's go. Pray for them. Look at that picture right there. The shining prince, El Malik Shabazz, out there in Moorish Spain. He pulled up to the Alhambra. Matter of fact, this is Cordoba. Coincidentally enough, the same place is underwater right now. Right? The same place is underwater. We found Malcolm right there chilling with the scimitar and what they call an astrolabe. That's how we used to travel, with the astrolabe. You know? Look at that. I got the God looking. The God looking. Alhambra. Look at that. I didn't even tell it to say that. What do we talk about? Oh no. They got Malcolm with the poses and whatnot. Oh, that's my good side right there. Catch my good side. Catch my good side. If he would have had his tongue out like them sexy red pictures, I would have deleted this whole damn thing, bro. Do not disrespect our people like that. But let's go to another prompt. Let's go to another prompt. Let's go back to Nano Banana. And let's check something out. Okay. So y'all see how that works? Are y'all kind of clear on how this works, ladies and gentlemen? Are we kind of clear on how this works? I don't want to go over anyone's head. If you need any assistance, just say it, and we'll pop out and we'll do something for you. Okay. Let's see. What could we do with these Malcolm pictures? It's so many things. It's so many things, man. You have no idea. This thing is loaded. This Nano Banana prompt shit, this shit is loaded. But it got mad tweaks. Mad tweaks. All right, let's go back to Higgsville and let's do another prompt. I got a nice prompt this time. We're gonna turn this picture into what? We're gonna turn it into a storyboard. Now, to be honest with you, the most important thing going right now in AI is the storyboards, only because the technology has stepped it up where you can make videos, you can make short films, but the storyboard is the key to everything right now. The storyboard, that's the key. Okay. That's the key, right? Man. Shout out to everybody watching the halftime show. I ain't judging. Do your thing, man. I'm getting all of the Bad Bunny text messages and shit. Yeah. Y'all rock out. Y'all rock out. Poquere. You know? I was telling Spin last night, when FIFA comes to Atlanta and everybody comes to Atlanta that no speaking no English, and y'all in Atlanta for FIFA, oh, I'm gonna have my revenge on that. For the shit that y'all did to me in Colombia when I didn't know how to speak English. And I was like, how much is this? And they was like $90 in USD. And that shit was really $9. Yeah, I'm gonna cook you. You know what I'm saying? Don't run into me asking me for directions and whatnot. I'm sending you niggas to Kirkwood, to Mechanicsville, niggas. Oh no, me no speaking no English. Yeah, we gonna get our get back. So look, it created a cartoon of the image in a storyboard that I can now animate. I might even take this into an animation and show you how this thing is done, right? But remember, we remember, this is Super Bowl. This is the AI. This is the Imaginarium Super Bowl. We are here to do what? To show you how you could get your IG crush, and how you could bring your children back into the fold by utilizing design language. What is design language? Design language is, it's the language of how you design. It's the aesthetics that you come with and whatnot. And one thing that I know about the younger generation, they're into the digital arts, they're into video games, they're into mobile apps, they're into art, they're into digital art. So yeah, that's kind of a way that we could entice them to check out what we're doing, and hopefully pick up the mantle, and they become the teachers. They become the $1 million app developers. They become the $500,000 a year, quote unquote, founders and whatnot. $500 million founders. You know what I'm saying? This is what the youth are going to be doing in the future. This is what they'll be doing. They're going to rescue us. They're going to make it right. I promise you. I seen a vision on the ayahuasca. I already seen it, my niggas. Same way that I seen the floods. You know what I'm talking about? Homeschoolers, get your homeschooling popping. Homeschool could be fun, right? They could come up with ideas, and then we could create assets. You know what I'm saying? So while these other children are in these traditional Board of Education, Rockefeller, Robert Maxwell schools, the homeschooler children could get an advantage and move far ahead, right? Move far ahead, because you could pivot in real time. You can use tools. You don't have to ask permission. We live in a permissionless society now, ladies and gentlemen. We don't live in a society where you have to ask that much permission. Even the newborns are catching on, you know? We live in a permissionless society. I don't want to make it like it's some, like we rude, like we don't have to answer to anyone. No. I wanted to make it to where we don't have to ask permission to do shit, right? And we just do it, and then people start jocking you later, like, "Damn, bro, how do you do that?" That's when the people are ready for that. When the students is ready, then the teacher shall appear. We don't want to impose our ways on anyone. It's not even worth it at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's not even worth it. So that was the storyboard. Let me try one more image just to see, right? Let's do the football guys. Let's make the football guys a storyboard. my Nephilim, my NFLs. Yeah, that's Higgsville. That's Higgsville. I'll drop the link for that in a minute. Give me 1 second. That's Higgsville AI. I'll take y'all on a mini trip through Higgsville. You know, like I said, it's not the greatest. I'm not, you know, it does what it does though. Like people are literally making short films. People are literally making a lot of money using Higgsville. Don't be fooled by anybody. Higgsville, you can monetize the shit out of that if you know what you're doing. If you're a traditional artist, you did Photoshop and Illustrator. Well, when you was playing with Illustrator, you had traditional artists mad at you, my nigga. You was on a version of AI back then, fam. Photoshop was cheating, fam. You wasn't using design markers, fam. Niggas at Pratt Institute wasn't feeling you, fam. So it's the same thing today, because you'll have people who came up on Illustrator acting like they you know what I mean? Niggas is acting high acidity and whatnot, non-faluted. You know what I mean? They acting high acidity like this is not the upgrade of their tools. I'm confused. Photoshop was AI back then. You niggas was cheating back then. So what are you talking about? Here's the comic strip. Oh man. I like that. That looked better than the damn Midjourney almost. You feel me? Oh yeah, we got a game now. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a game. This is a game. We could do something with these. Shit, we could yeah, we could tell a story with this one. You dig? So now I have the opportunity to turn this whole thing into a whole Imaginarium Super Bowl type of storyline. Scene 1, the arena awakes. Scene 2, the challenger. Scene 3, brothers in arms. Scene 4, the veteran. Scene 5, preparing for battle. Scene 6, the games begin. Shit is like a damn Sunday comic. Like we could start doing our own comics, man. We could become the new Marvel. Like I used to be infatuated with Calvin and Hobbes coming up. Anybody that know me from when I was a kid, they know that Calvin and Hobbes was our favorite comic and whatnot. And then Boondocks came along, and that was like one of my favorites. So yeah, man, I would love to design like those brothers. That's one of my dreams, you know. So yeah, yeah. Anyway, let's get into the video. So once again, Higgsville, I'm gonna take you to the cover of it, Higgsville, right? Just to give y'all some insight, I'm gonna drop the link. Higgsville. That's the joint. The positive image of our people is good for the young minds. Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? They need that. They getting bombarded with all type of stuff. Imagine the things that they see every day. They need to balance it out, man. They need to balance it out. So the hottest new thing is Kling 3.0 that hit the internet. The hottest tool on the planet right now is Kling 3.0. Kling. It's a Chinese app. So the thing about Higgsville, they got apps from everybody on there, right? So all they doing is using the API keys. And I had told you about APIs before, but I'm telling you about it again. The API keys is the key to a lot of this ish, right? The API will get you, it'll get you lit. It'll get you lit. How many people have signed up for Imaginarium before we even continue? How many? Let me check. How many people are signed up to the Imaginarium? Let me drop the link for that in case y'all don't have it. But I do need y'all to sign up with us. You could do it while we're in class. but I definitely want more followers in the Imaginarium. You could join, you could be there for free, or as a paid member, you'll become a part of our 90-day cycle and whatnot. You'll get information like this damn near on a daily basis. And every Friday, you'll be able to be in class when we really turn up and when we really drop this information and when we really, you know, when we give it up. Okay, when we give it up, you know, and we're going to have a movie premiere at the end of the 90 days for the quote unquote Imaginarium. So yeah, we are encouraging all of our students, well, I don't call them students, all of our founders and our creators to get busy and to create short film in this 90 days. And we're going to show you how to do it with ease and with style and grace. Okay, with style and grace. Give me 1 minute. Let me get this link. Let me get this link. Profile. Shout out to everybody that signed up already. Salute to y'all. Okay. And let us continue. We got work to do. We got work to do. Let us continue. All right. So Higgsville is the bomb. They got a lot of shit. I'm gonna show you the videos. Right. This is the video port. Okay. This is the video. This is the video library. As you can see, I've been working on my Malcolm X series and whatnot. I also got some things that I'm working on with Stranger Things. So Stranger Things originally was called Camp Hero, right? Camp Hero was talking about Montauk, right? Camp in Montauk, Long Island, right? The Montauk experiment. Remember when Ras Ben came with the Philadelphia experiment, right? And he broke down the Philadelphia experiment, and then he got into the Montauk, right? Where the Philadelphia experiment was 1936, I believe, and they was experimenting with time travel. Okay. Was it 1946 or 36? And they was experimenting with time travel. They was able to they was able to take a whole entire ship and time travel that shit into the future, right? Fast forward 40 years later, you get Camp Hero in Montauk. So Stranger Things is basically it's basically the influence behind Stranger Things, right, is basically drawing from the real life story of Peter Moon, Preston Nichols' research about Montauk. And if you know anything about Montauk, Long Island, that's sacred land, right? My family is Shinnecock. Okay, we used to go to the powwows on Long Island when we were little and whatnot, and that's sacred land. Okay, 1946 to 47. So in this world that I'm creating, all of the artists from Kings County, because Kings County is Long Island, Brooklyn, and Queens. When it used to be called Kings County when New York was called New Amsterdam, right? So in this world that I'm creating, all of the artists from Long Island are a part of the experiments that they said 11 and Will and all of them. No. In my world, in my Stranger Things world, the rappers from Long Island are the experiments. Nigga, Chuck D and Flavor Flav, Busta Rhymes, all of the Long Island niggas. They all are part of the experiment. They're MK Ultra Camp Hero. They got powers and whatnot. So I'm flipping Stranger Things into something stranger than that. So that's why you see Flavor Flav with the nose like 11. Yeah, Vecna and all of them niggas. You know. So that's what that is. Right? But I'm gonna show you something too. Well, here's some
components unlinked. Watch how the core draws every piece home. Precision gears lock, circuits route power, and the structure becomes whole. Once sealed, the system breathes. Components unlinked. Watch how the core draws every piece home. Precision gears lock, circuits route power, and the structure becomes whole. Once sealed, the system breathes. Components unlinked. Watch how the core draws every piece home. Precision gears lock, circuits route power, and the structure becomes whole. Once sealed.
Within every layer, speed and intelligence converge. Data flows, adaptive, unstoppable, real-time learning, visual clarity, and power that scales on demand. This is AI Masters. Performance, within every layer, speed and intelligence converge.
You said are De La Soda heroes? Yeah, I'm incorporating all of the Long Island MCs. Rock Marciano is even in there. De La Soul, everybody from Strong Island will be a part of this Montauk movie that I'm gonna put together. You're gonna see it. I don't want to give too much away, but it is going to be epic.
Hold the line. They're coming through. Bring chaos to their ranks. We won't back down. Hold the line.
So as you can see, you could turn flyers into short film. You could turn flyers into commercials and whatnot. I animated a flyer.
Bring chaos to their ranks. We won't back down. Hold the line. They're coming through. Bring chaos.
Right. I'm taking images. I'm turning into these type of explainers. You could use this in your video generation. Right. It's just so much you could do. You know, there's so much you could do. So this is Higgsfield Video, right? This is the Higgsfield Video portal and whatnot. Okay.
Tell your masters in Lisbon what happens now.
This is not liberation. This is slaughter.
Tell your
So in my storyline,
tell your
Malcolm X goes dark.
Masters in Lisbon what happens now.
And
this is not liberation. This is slaughter.
In my Imaginarium, in my world, in my fantasy complex industry world, in my mind, in my universe, in my multiverse, El Malik Shabazz, you know, he taps in with the Sunni Muslims and the Moorish. He finds out about his Moorish ancestry and he goes right to war with the colonists. He goes right to war with the colonists. You dig? And he goes and he summons all type of spirits, spiritual powers on the continent.
In Lisbon, what happens now?
But he goes dark because he has to summon some dark spirits to help protect them. The story is crazy. I'm gonna cry.
Masters in Lisbon, what happens now?
This is not liberation. This is slaughter.
Tell your masters in Lisbon what happens now.
This is not liberation. This is slaughter.
Tell your masters in Lisbon what happens now.
This is not liberation.
So
this
Lisbon, you know, that's the Portuguese.
Your masters in Lisbon.
You know? But yeah, Malcolm went dark. And as you can see, each one gets better, right? Each one gets better. Each output gets better. I was just tweaking it, getting better on each one. This is not
liberation. This is slaughter.
So sometimes you'll start out with something.
In Lisbon, what happens now?
This is not liberation. This is slaughter.
Tell your masters in.
Why do they keep talking? I didn't tell them to talk. They get hype. Hold on. So as you can see, I was being patient, and the generations get better as they go along.
This is slaughter.
Tell your masters in Lisbon what happens now.
This is not liberation. This is slaughter.
Tell your masters in Lisbon what happens now.
This is not liberation. This is slaughter.
Tell your masters in Lisbon what happens now.
This is not liberation. This is...
Yeah, so he out there catching bodies and shit, you know, summoning all type of spiritual entities. Am I sharing? Sharing is Karen. Hold on, my bad. We got Dark
Tell your
Mount.
masters in Lisbon what happens now.
This is not
Tell
liberation.
your
This is
masters in
slaughter.
Lisbon what happens
Tell your
now.
masters in Lisbon what happens now.
This is not
what's happening.
liberation.
So yeah, Malcolm goes dark, you know.
They were children. They were doing collateral damage. You saved thousands by ending the siege.
I killed children.
You won. That's what matters.
Yeah, there's an incident with a children's hospital.
The future belongs to those who prepare for it today.
Don't judge me.
The
you know, because with war comes a lot of things. That's right. Hold your resolve. Hold your resolve. Hold your resolve. Hold the line. Hold the line. But just look at this, man. Just look at the prince. You feel me? Look at the shining prince. You feel me? He's just shining. Man, what if Betty got to see this? I hope to show this to his daughters and whatnot, because they're also in the movie. But yeah, man. I love seeing Malcolm X like this. Instead of the shit that they showed us where he's getting slain and all of that. You know what I mean? I'm bringing him back. I'm bringing him back. If they could bring their people back, I could bring mine's back. You feel me? Yeah, AI is taking over the Super Bowl commercials. I could have told you that. Fire and brimstone. So that's just a little giving you some insight. This next one right here is called Cinema Studios. Right? So Cinema Studios is basically what they created in Hicksville, right? That turns pictures into cinema. Okay. So Cinema Studio, you could take an image and then click on it and it will make a storyboard. So anybody that makes music videos, or if there's any directors in the building, you know how important storyboards are for the quote unquote making a film or a music video or a commercial or any type of concept and whatnot, right? So this app in Hicksville, it does it in one click. It does it in one click. You don't you don't have to worry about anything. You just does it in one click. Okay. So this is a game changer right here. Right? we got a Hunger's Game. There's a Hunger's Game video with Trump in it. So I'll show you where that's at, and I'll show you how these are made. Okay. It'll take any image of yours and it will make it a storyboard. Now you could take one of those images and do something with it, but now you have images from every angle. So now that you have images from every angle, you can now create dynamic film or dynamic videos and whatnot based off of this quote unquote generation. Okay. So you see these, I got to change. I'm taking all of these people and I'm changing them into the Long Island rappers and whatnot. I'm going to take all of these images and I'm going to change them into the characters from Long Island so I could do my Stranger Thing. Because this is a Stranger Things version of Stranger Things right here. But I'm going to flip it and make it my version. Okay? I'm going to make it my version. I'm going to make this van the 18 van. Remember the A-Team with B.A. Baracus? Right? So here goes the Malcolm. Some more Malcolm videos. I mean, some more Malcolm pictures. We got Dark Malcolm. He's able to summon he has control over the lions and everything based off of his rites of passage that he went to. He you know, they rock with him like they rock with Selassie. He could walk through jungles and summon gorillas. You know, he has that type of covering and whatnot. The priesthood took care of Malcolm. They hooked him up. So this is going to be a very interesting series that we have here. You dig? This is supposed to be me. I don't know who this nigga is, but we'll let him live. You know what I'm talking about? We'll let him live. You know? All right. So that's that. So there's something called vibe motion right here. And vibe motion, you can make kinetic, you can make words, kinetic words. You basically could create motion graphics with a click of a button. These people should, I should have an affiliate link because I'm literally selling these niggas product right now and I'm not getting paid for it. But once again, it's not about that. It's about assisting our people and helping everybody. So even on Higgsfield, there's a chat GPT baked inside of it. So you literally could create your images right here. You could create all of your prompts right here with chat GPT right inside of Higgsfield. Okay, you could do a lot with this right here. Then they got this right here called apps, right? Then they got this thing right here called apps where they literally do everything. It's mad different things that they do in this app. You could do face swap, you could do recast, you could video face swap, commercial faces, character swap, you could swap clothes out, you could take a picture of some food and break it down, you could make it look like you in a Japanese show, you could use UGC AI to sell your product to you, bullet time space. I like this. I'll be doing a lot of these. We're going to do a little quick demonstration of bullet time, right? So any product that you have, any product shots that you have, you might have a product that you want to put in a niche that's like, I want to sell Chinese people, you know, hats that say made in China. You know what I'm saying? I want to sell Korean people hair. You know what I mean? Like, I want to get them back for the shit that they were selling us type shit. You feel me? Like, that's one of my goals in life, to sell Asian people some shit. I'm not complete until I sell until I make a few thousand, a few 100,000 off the Asians. That's how I see it, because they made money, they made billions off of us. So now it's time to sell them some shit. So you could take a product and you could create a spin around video, and you now could enter into TikTok shop, or you now could upload it to Snapchat, Instagram, with a voiceover, with a jingle from Suno, whatever you could think of. My G, you could do it. They have given you all of the tools that Madison Avenue was using. They've given you, and especially if you in the audience and you worked at one of these places and they had the caucasity to get rid of you, well, let's just, my thing to you is, it's time to topple these business, because you've been on the inside. You know how this shit work. You know their vulnerabilities. You know how to disrupt them and whatnot. We need more of that. We need more of that. You know? I'm ready to sell them some shit. I'm ready to topple these businesses, because all of the businesses are nervous right now. They're not sleeping good at night because they're like, it's too many people out there gunning for our market. They know that there's going to be somebody that's going to create a tool that's going to disrupt their market and basically sink their stocks. If you talk about get back, if you want to get back to corporate America, if you want to hit them upside the head, if you want to turn a TV off, well, I would say that this is the most legal way to do it. You feel me? I'm not into illegal activities, but I'm definitely into hitting niggas upside the head. So there you go, right there. You see the Imaginarium? Put the little music behind it. That's an asset. You could put that in a metaverse. You could put that in a metaverse. You could put that in a Blender. You could put that on your IG. You could put that in your stories. You could just do something with it. But there you go, with a click of a button. I might spend $1 or something. You know, how much would this have cost you on Fiverr? How much would this cost you anywhere? They charging for shit like, do you pay $100 for this? So now you can make $100 with this. Right? You can make $100 with this. You know? Check this cool one out. Behind the scenes. This is cool. I like this. I'm gonna put Malcolm behind the scenes. No, the football, the NFL behind the scenes. I don't want to be. I could be on this app all day burning mag tokens. I burn a lot of tokens over here. Pay me in crypto. You feel me? But it's worth it because the amount of assets that I was able to get from Hicksville, immeasurable. I do a lot of things with those assets. They've all paid, you know what I mean? I've made my money back 3, 4, 10-fold maybe from the little money that I spent with these people. I might spend $100 a month. That's low. That's nothing. I promise you, to operate in this fucking real world, I'm not even going to tell you how much I spent on this trip that I just went on. I went over 5,000 easy. You know what I mean? So nah, we don't have to, we not penny pinching. You're not about to budget your creativity. You're not about to budget your way out of the matrix. You're not about to budget your way out of these plantations and whatnot. Nah, we're going to use our imagination. We're not going to rush. We're going to use this information that we've seen tonight, and we're going to start plotting shit out. A little 90-day plan will help. You're not going to do this shit overnight. I'm letting you know. Even 30 days is not enough. You have to lock in. Once you lock in, you'll eat, breathe, and sleep this type of thing. You'll have workflows. As you lock in, technology will upgrade. This is the worst that the shit is ever going to be. Where you see it right now is the worst it will be, because every day it improves. And if the shit ever goes away, hey, I know how to draw, nigga. I could pick a pencil up and get busy. You know what I'm talking about? I could sit on 42nd Street and draw niggas. I'm nice like that. So I'm not even bothered. I'm not worried about none of that, because this ain't gonna make me, and it damn sure not gonna break me. It ain't gonna make me, and it ain't gonna break me. Okay? And there go my mom's calling me about the halftime show. Give me 1 minute, y'all. Give me 1 minute. Mom, I'm on my live. I'll call you right back. Okay. All right. You see, there goes the behind the scenes. See how that worked? Made it look like a whole movie production. So it's all in the mind of the creator, right? It's all in the mind of the creator. What you can think of, because when you see these things, then you could be like, all right, so in my video, I'm gonna, and you know what I mean? Like you'll begin to plot out the scenes. You'll begin to plot out the scenes and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? It'll help you a little bit more, right? So I'm gonna give you one more, then we're gonna move on. This one is called angles. This one is called angles. right? I did it with the Vecna picture, right? So I took a picture with Vecna, okay? Stranger Things, don't judge me. And then there's the different angles, right? So when it comes time to animate it, right? When it's animation time, these angles come in handy because they're giving you angles that you probably can't even get from a regular camera. You smell me? So these angles are very important and whatnot, because once again, I'm bringing you over here because we're in a phase of filmmaking at this point. We're doing film. We're making film out of AI, short film, of course, long form, commercials, 90 seconds, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, whatever seconds. It don't matter. But we're now in the we're in filmmaking business, ladies and gentlemen. We're looking at the big screen. We're in the filmmaking business. We're in the Imaginarium. We're in the fantasy complex industry. We can make comics. We can make video games now. We can make toys now. We can make animation like Coco Melon and Baby Shark. We can do all of that shit. The only thing is we got to be able to think. So if you could think, if you could have a cohesive thought, then you could win right now. The only thing blocking anyone is the ability to not think. Because when you don't know how to think, you'll make AI slop. The AI slop is because people who don't think have powerful tools in their hands. We are not them. And we're not here to judge anybody. We just gonna shut all of that shit out. We're gonna do what we gotta do, and then we'll present the clean glass and sit it right next to that dirty glass, and we'll see who, if qualified people. Remember, we talking globally right now. I got global. The audience is filled with global citizens, so we don't gotta impress local jokers and whatnot. We're going global with this shit. Let's see the different angles. That's a nice angle. Worm's eye view. Oh shit. Okay. Okay. They spinning and spinning. All right. Oh, okay. My boy. The overhead. Looking real serious. It's giving Gladiator. It's definitely giving a Gladiator. So yeah, you know. This is what it does. Click of a button. Right? The click of a button is generating these images. Not the most, I wouldn't say these are the tightest images in the world. As you can see, when you look in closer, you know, it's not detailed and whatnot. However, you have the opportunity to click on something called upscale. Right? I'm gonna click on upscale, right? And then upscale will take the picture. Cannot start generation. Shit, why not? It's acting up right now. But it will upscale it, you know, and give you a better look. Okay. Let's go to something else. They got this thing called motion control. All right. If I wanted to, I could control the motion, right, with these video references. I don't got time to do that right now, but that's motion control. This is something called AI influencer. You could create all type of weird shit. I'm not really into this right here, making aliens and beetles and whatnot. But I heard that the children like stuff like this. So I'm not here to judge. You know, they could do whatever they want to do. But we'll just give you some, we'll just show you how it's working. Skin conditions. Why she gotta have a skin condition? The hell? An adult. Human eyes. No glowing eyes. So they just have some shit here where you can make like weird type of characters, but it's not as weird to me. It's not weird to everybody because people are into different type of, you know, entities, right? Like some people are here from different planets, right? So it's not that far-fetched. Like some people are into shit like this. Me personally, I'm not, but some people are. And you can monetize these influencers. So let's just say that you have like an alien imaginary friend. Well, now you could bring that alien to life, and you could give it that alien its own page, and it could get paid doing alien shit. I don't know. There's conversations that aliens need to have. You know, maybe something came off the 3-Eye Atlas and now it has an IG page. You kind of got to be creative like that. Remember, this is the fantasy world that we're in. Okay? This is the fantasy world. This is the imaginarium. Okay? There you go. My nigga dripping. Yo, y'all walking around with them Birkins made out of his cousin and whatnot. Yeah, he gonna pull up on you. So that's the storyline. This nigga got an IG page and he goes up in Louis Vuitton. He goes into all of the stores that sell lizards and shit, and he confronts them. That's his thing. That he goes different places, and yeah, he pulls up and he be like, yo, that's my cousin. The fuck? What the helly? Like what's popping? You know? And you'll be surprised he'll get mad followers and whatnot. Yeah, say Peter sponsored this shit. Lies. Just say this is sponsored by Peter, and this is my story, Eden. You know what I'm saying? And get lit. You know what I mean? You'll get all of the sympathizers on your side. But yeah, there you go. There you go. They go to AI influencer. Yeah. So that's enough for Higgsfield. We Higgsfield out right now. What I will do is I'm gonna drop this for you. I wanted to watch a video on Higgsfield, but I don't think we have time for that. What I will do is I'm gonna drop this prompt pack for Higgsfield. This is a brand new prompt pack. This, ladies and gentlemen, will have you generating the 3.0 videos like a professional. This is brand new, fresh off the press, and I got it from Higgsfield. Okay, I got it from Higgsfield. Let's share the page and let's check it out. Here you go. Clean 3.0 prompt guide and keyframes. All right. So in order to master Kling 3.0, which is the newest tool, and you can make movies with it now. I'm talking about it makes audio. It has background noises, special effects. The consistency in the images is superb. Matter of fact, I hope I don't get, because it's another YouTube. I don't want to get flagged if I play it, but F that. Let's see.
Hi.
So this is from Kling's website. Check it out.
We tested thousands of Kling 3.0 prompts over the past few days. This is the single prompt structure that unlocked everything. Physics, emotion, camera work, and VFX. Yeah, we've actually reached the point where we have to label videos as AI generated. They're that realistic. Hi, I'm Adil. Cling 3.0 dropped on Kicksfield this week, and we put out a video a few days ago breaking it down. We've been testing it non-stop since then, and I regret to inform you, we've barely covered 10% of what this model can actually do. So here's part 2. Let's dive right in. First, let's talk about prompts. In the last video, I said that short and clear prompts often give better results. And that's still true for simple generations. But what we discovered is that Cling 3.0 scales incredibly well with detail. When you give it precise instructions, it actually follows them accurately. One more thing, and this is really important. No matter how good your prompt is, nothing beats a high-quality keyframe. From all our testing, a strong keyframe with a simple prompt will almost always outperform a perfect prompt with a weak image. All the keyframes in this video were generated using Kicksfield Cinema Studio. I'll leave those images along with a detailed Cling 3.0 prompting guide that our prompt engineers put together in the description below. Here we're looking for deep human emotions, like she just experienced the most gut-wrenching trauma. Oh, and by the way, right now, Kicksfield is one of the only platforms outside of Kling's official site where you can access Kling 3.0. You also get access to Nano Banana Pro, Soul, and other top-tier AI models. And the best part, Kling 3.0 is currently unlimited on Kicksfield, so you can experiment without burning credits. Look at that. The acting feels very natural and very dramatic. The audio really sells it all. I like how
I think he's AI. I think that dude is AI.
Really intensifying the feeling. This might be a small detail, but it matters. For comparison, let's run the same prompt with Kling 2.6. Yeah, you can feel the difference immediately. The lip sync, the acting, Kling 3.0 is just way ahead here. At this point, comparing those two kind of feels like a waste of time. Here
for copyright purposes, this is for educational use only. This is for educational use only, right? But you get the drift, right? The Mondem was talking about Kling as something that, you know, Kling 3.0, you know, and here it goes. Here's the guide, right? So let's just walk through it together so we have an understanding as to how we use the guide, right? I don't want nobody to be like, oh, what's going on? So first and foremost, Chat GPT is inside of Higgsfield. And when you go to Kling 3.0, they have DeepSeek already baked inside of it. So they assist you and they help you with the prompts, right? They assist you and they help you with the prompts. However, this right here, this prompt guide is going to help you make movies and burn less tokens, and you're going to level up in ways that the average person is probably not going to be able to level up because they don't have the cheat sheet. This is the cheat sheet, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to make you level up. So right here, before we even go down the list, it says the perfect Kling prompt formula. The perfect Kling prompt formula. Subject, action. Subject and action. So whatever the subject is, you name that in the prompt. That's what you begin with. A man on a horse rides to the sunset. That's the action. The subject is a man on a horse riding into the sunset. And the camera, you bring up what the camera is. A Sony XLR, DSLR, whatever, right? The lighting, sunset, what they call it, golden hour lighting, environment, in the desert, in the dusty desert and whatnot, physics, horse moves with grace, style, in the style of a Clint Eastwood movie, negative rules, no two heads, horse is not a tiger. You know, negatives, you got to put the negatives, what not to put in the prompt. And that's your master prompt. So they're giving you the perfect formula to prompt out your outputs in this new generative model, because every model works off of a unique formula. Every different model works off of a unique formula. Okay. So here are the keywords, the must-have keywords. It says use 3 to 6 of them, right? So when you say the camera, you want to make very clear, is it a handheld camera with micro jitters, the organic sway? You know how people are holding like what's that movie where they shot it all in the camera and it was shaky? Cloverfield, right? Or rigid mounted, mechanical vibration only. Is it on a tripod mounted? Static tripod, no shake. So you got to say, is it on a tripod? It won't shake. It's going to give you straight, right? These are some of the things that if you're into production, you'll be very familiar with and whatnot. Once again, well, I've said it before, if you have the lexicon, your ass is going to win. If you know the language, because these are large language models and they respond to your language. When it picks up that you know the language as to what you're talking about, the AI will even give you better results because they're going to acquiesce to your intelligence. You have human intelligence and you're interfacing with artificial intelligence. Now, if you go to the artificial intelligence and you have dumbed down human intelligence, you're like, I want a man running through the forest and he looks scared. Enter. The AI is going to be like, yeah, we're dealing with somebody who is not that detailed oriented. They might not know what they even want, right? Because they say, speak it and it shall be. They say closed mouths don't get fed. They say more detail, you know what I mean? Napoleon Hill, all of the people, Bruce Lipton, all of them said, be very descriptive in when you're describing what you want. Break that bitch down to the detail, down to the motherfucking hair. How does the hair on a chinchilla feel? What does it feel like? What does it look like? You got to be wild descriptive. So for this, people is naturally like that. Well, this is something that you will be able to win. This is a field that you're going to be able to win in, because the more descriptive, the more detailed that you are, well, the more greater the masterpiece is going to be. Okay, it's going to give you what you give it. It's not a magic genie. It's going to give out what you feed it. That's how this thing works. So boom, you got the camera, but you also got to know the lens. So I've said before, if you've been fired from a job, if you have you're paying loans on a master's degree or some type of degree that you have, but you haven't used it to its better of ability, it hasn't paid you back. Well, I'm here to let you know, AI is your friend. Do not, I repeat, do not get high sedity and start popping your collar as if you're better. Like, no, my nigga, get your money back. Go build some shit with the expertise that you have. Everybody don't got what you have. Have to find out what you have what others don't have, or you got to find out what you have that could be that you could, because the more you know, you got corporate language, you read the corporate manual, you're part of corporate culture, you have the corporate lexicon in any field or any niche. Why don't you turn that into something? That's where we're at right now. It's been like that, but I don't think people are even realizing the advantage that they have. Everybody got something. Everybody got something. You could be illiterate. You could be, you don't have to know how to even read and write. And that's not to encourage, but that's also to encourage, because for those who don't have that, it doesn't matter. You are still a part of the race. You have not been etched out. You're not out of the game. You're still in the motherfucking game. Do you have an imagination? They say these children can't read. They talk about the children can't read, but I know that they could think. They might not be able to read, but these niggas could think, bro. They have imaginations. Do not throw them away. Okay? And some of them, to be honest with you, they don't know the King's English, and somehow, some way, that shit kind of saved them. For some of them, not all of them, but for some of them, it saved them. You don't need to know the King's English. You know? You don't need to know it. You need to be able to think like a king or a queen and whatnot. And we could work this shit out. I think all of the judgment that's been holding our people back, it's time for that shit to end. You know, Robert Maxwell and them was making textbooks, and they were the ones who programmed us. So for the people who brushed that shit off and was like, I ain't with it, then I kind of understand. I don't fully understand, but I get it. You know, I do. So boom, here are the musts. Here are the keywords. Here's some of the keywords. You got the atmosphere. You're going to say realism. You want it to be physically accurate motion. These are the words that we're using. Realistic crash physics. This is the lexicon that they train the AI to respond to. Shallow depth of field, ultra wide 16 millimeter, multi-shot format, right? You got shot is 1, the wide establishing, shot 2, the close-up, shot 3, the impact, shot 4, the reaction, shot 5, the exit, final, wide. Then the consistency lock. When you want a consistency lock for faces and car, you say put same identity across all shots. This is what you put into the prompt. This is what some of the prompts look like. But before you get into that, here's the Chat GPT template. So this is a template. This is your cheat code. Turn my idea into a cling prompt. You simply say, turn my idea into a cling prompt. You are a professional cinematic prompt engineer for Kling. Convert my rough idea into a Kling optimized cinematic video prompt using these rules, right? So here are the rules right here. You tweak them to your liking, and then you drop it in. So here's what it looks like. Use the provided image as the exact opening visual reference. Take image as the start frame. These are the negative rules. No morphing, no flicker, no face distortion, no identity change, no outfit change, no warped anatomy, no extra limbs, no rubbery motion, no teleporting, no broken physics, no CGI look, no cartoon, no unreal reflections, no melting objects, no duplicates, no stretch wheels, no deformed steering wheel. Then you have your idea, and then you drop that bitch. Location, what's the time of the day, what's the mood, what's the main character description, what's the car or the object description, what we must include and what we must avoid. And this is where it looks like in the output. Cinematic close-up of a young Asian woman screaming in pain or rage, head tilted slightly upward, mouth wide open, messy short black hair, wearing a dark t-shirt. She is lit by intense orange firelight from the side and below, with cool teal shadows on her face. Background is dark industrial interior with flickering flames, smoke and drifting embers, heavy bucco, shallow depth of field, handheld camera, slight shake, subtle push in, motion blur from flames and embers streaking across the frame, ultra realistic, film still, anamorphic lens, 35 millimeter, high contrast, dramatic lighting, gritty, cinematic, color grade. Now, I know that's a lot. I know that's a lot. But God damn it, the results is going to be a lot too. You know what I'm saying? The results will be a lot. But like I said, here's the template. Here's the cheat code. And when you get all of this done, this is what it's going to come out to. They didn't write this thing one by one. This is generated, right? These are generated prompts. So you could get the same thing going and whatnot. You could get the same thing going. You know? So let me drop this thing for you. Let me drop this in the chat. Go and knock yourself out. right? This is a freebie. This is a freebie, but this is part of the Imaginarium. This is how we're gonna be building out worlds, ladies and gentlemen. We don't take, we do it every day. We're doing this every day. Okay. We're gonna be doing this every day in my school community, and then on Fridays we coming back and we're gonna compare our notes. We're gonna be learning. You feel me? We're gonna do all of that. We're gonna be doing all of that. But here goes your Higgsfield prompting guide. Make me proud. This ain't about me. This about you. But make me proud. You feel me? Let's do this thing. It's all about formula. This AI shit could be confusing, but I'm here to come through with a formula and a framework. Everything could change in life, but if the formula, the apps are going to upgrade, the tools are going to change, but the formula will remain the same. Once you put the formula underneath your wings and whatnot, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You ain't got nothing to worry about. You dig? Nothing. You're not gonna worry. You're gonna be very you're gonna be confident in what it is that you do. So I'm gonna drop this link for the Imaginarium workshop. I hope y'all pull up. This is not the school community. This is the workshop. This is the 90-day workshop right here. You know, this right here is the Eventbrite for the 90-day workshop. Real quick, let's go to a word of our sponsor, word from our sponsors, and then we'll get right back to it. But we gotta have a word from our sponsors real quick, respectfully. Okay. Imaginarium.
Peace to the family, stadium lights, we live on a field. Halftime show energy, future getting revealed. Whole world watching drones trace code in the sky. 90-day marathon, Bill is ready to fly. From the school to the lab, curiosity spark.
Yes, is a workshop for beginners. Yes, definitely. If there's anybody in the building that was in a workshop, let them know how beginner friendly it is. Okay, very beginner friendly. As a matter of fact, I'll take you to a clip that we have just to show you a little bit of a little bit of insight as to what it is that we doing over here. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little bit of insight to the Imaginarium, blueprints in the planetarium. But it is very friendly to the beginners. And like I said, as you see how we are, we're very hands-on. We walk you through this thing and we make sure that you get what it is that you came for. Okay, we're never gonna leave you out there trying to figure this shit out. It's not that serious. We have formulas now. We've been studying this thing day in and day out, so we understand how to teach it. We understand how to teach it, so we're gonna be able to give you what it is that you need. Boom.
No, this is your.
Now, just think about it. Marathon. Invitation. Can I?
Threshold.
Information. It took my information for class, and it basically made a podcast, a real quick podcast. So we're gonna chop it up. We're gonna let it do what it do.
Welcome to the dimension. You have entered Imaginarium Class 1, Ignition Phase. This is not a webinar.
Right.
This is a live transmission, a dimensional gateway. What happens here is not instruction.
No.
It is initiation.
We're broadcasting live on February 7th, 2026. This is the first threshold. Tonight, you cross the boundary from being a consumer of platforms to a creator of protocols.
The vision of the Imaginarium is simple yet absolute.
Okay.
We empower radical innovation by transforming fractured polymaths into sovereign founders. We do this through a 90-day journey.
That journey has 4 distinct phases. Days 1 through 20, you learn the skills.
Yep.
Days 21 through 50, you build your minimum viable product.
Right.
Days 51 through 75, you launch it to the public. And days 76 through 90, you establish equity and revenue. Learn, build, launch, own.
Your mission, should you choose to align, begins tonight. This is Ignition.
Tonight's objectives are tactical and precise. 1. Orient to the ecosystem. SKOOL, the builder channels, and the tool shelf.
Okay.
2. Install your MemoBot and connect your Telegram neural uplink.
Neural uplink. I love that.
3. Load the pattern library. 4. Run your first automation. And 5. Understand the core architecture of the Meta Agent protocol.
We call this the ignition phase. Think of it as a spark sequence, an awakening.
Yeah.
It moves through 5 stages: awareness of the problem, orientation within the new landscape, onboarding of your core tool, receiving your starter pack, and beginning your live log.
Let's begin with awareness. The problem is systemic. Infinite tools, scattered focus, stalled execution.
Wow, yes.
You are burnt out.
We are now transmitting the starter pack. This is your toolkit for creation.
Inside, you will find the MemoBot Quick Start Guide.
Yep.
A pattern library template for Notion or Dropbox.
Okay.
The Chinese LLM access cheat sheet, giving you keys to powerful models like Momin, DeepSeek, and GLM. It also includes access tools like Anti-Gravity Off and Olama Cloud. Finally, you receive the Meta Agent protocol diagram and your first official assignment.
At the center of this new universe is MemoBot. Understand, this is not a reactive chatbot you prompt.
No.
This is your proactive, autonomous agent. It learns your patterns, acts on your behalf 24/7, and drives your workflows while you sleep.
The distinction is critical. A reactive LLM like ChatGPT answers a prompt, then wipes its memory.
Right, it's stateless.
MemoBot retains patterns, schedules tasks, sends messages, triggers other automations, and logs its own outcomes. It has memory and agency.
Its capabilities are a direct extension of your creative will.
Precisely. It can handle content generation from social media posts to full cinematic video scripts in your unique voice.
Wow.
It runs email and DM campaigns. It orchestrates complex workflows with intelligent follow-ups. And it manages your daily check-ins and live log updates automatically.
Now, we begin the installation ritual. This is where the abstract becomes manifest.
Step 1. Platform access. Go to the tool shelf in your SKOOL workspace. Use the provided access link to create your MemoBot account. If your pod has it enabled, you'll use Anti-Gravity Auth to authenticate. Finally, confirm the workspace link to your SKOOL and Discord.
The first connection is made. The system acknowledges you.
Step 2. Telegram integration. This is your neural uplink.
There it is again.
Open Telegram and search for the user BotFather.
BotFather, okay?
Send the command /newbot and follow the prompts. BotFather will grant you an HTTP API token. Copy it, paste this token into your MemoBot settings. Finally, add your new bot to a Telegram channel and test the connection by sending the /ping command. A pro tip, always do this in a private test channel first.
The agent now has a voice and a space to act.
Step 3. Pattern library connection. This is the agent's memory. In MemoBot, you will mount your knowledge base. This can be a dedicated Notion database or a structured Dropbox folder. Sync your primary categories, prompts, workflows, and templates, and crucially, verify. You access.
In builders. The goal is not just to learn AI, but to deploy it as infrastructure for revenue, ownerships, and autonomy. So revenue, we're going to monetize what we do. We have digital assets, and there are many different ways that you can be able to monetize it. ownership. You creating it, so you own it. Okay. You have the option to bring other people in, offering equity, shares, tokens, and things of that nature. But what you create, you own. Autonomy. Okay. You don't have to ask nobody permission. So what we're doing is we're breaking this whole permission thing that they got our people on lock, blown out production. Let's focus on making this thing work. Okay. All right. So days 21 to 50 is build. So we learn first and then we build. Once again, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We don't want to trip over ourselves. We don't want to, you know what I mean? We want to do things step by step because we don't want to create anxiety, and we damn sure don't want to create analysis paralysis, and we don't want to get burnt out and bored. Build, apply knowledge through collaborative team projects and iterative development. Okay, I'm going to be bringing on special guests. I'm going to be bringing on other teachers or other instructors and whatnot. I'm going to be giving out PDFs, prompt packs, you name it, all type of stuff. You'll be delivered, right? So team formation and MVP formation, right? Y'all are we're gonna be broken up into teams. Okay, we're gonna find out who is compatible with one another, and there's ways to find that out. You know what I mean? So we'll be doing some assessments and whatnot. If anybody that may be unfamiliar with the term MVP, it's called minimum viable product. Okay. So yeah, I don't want to go through the whole class, but that was class number 1 that we just did on Friday. We are here for 90 days. We're doing it in 30-day clips or 30-day cycles. Okay. We're doing it on 30-day cycles. So you could tap in or tap out if, after each cycle. Okay. So I want to play you a video of one of our quote unquote special guests that we'll be bringing on. And this brother has a powerful powerful app that he's created and whatnot. So let's go and check that out, and then we're gonna land our plane.
It's 2026. New year, new goals, new promises you swear you're gonna keep. And like clockwork, you do the ritual. You grab the scissors, cut out the dream car, the beach house, the perfect life, and you glue it to a board like that's gonna change your bank account. And don't get me wrong, it feels good for a second. You feel like you did something. But then Monday shows up. Bills show up. Stress shows up.
I don't even know why I'm with your bum ass.
And 6 months later, that vision board is leaning in a garage, curled up, dusty, like a forgotten prophecy. So you upgrade. You try the Mind movie. You grab stock footage, some random dude in a suit, shaking hands, some yacht you never stepped on, some sunset that ain't got nothing to do with your real life. It's better, but you still watching somebody else win. You're still the audience. Now let me ask you something. What if you could stop watching and finally step into the scene? That's psychocinematic.
Cut! Hell no! We're not about to let this bullshit break us. This ain't how our movie go fuck out of here with that bullshit.
This isn't motivation. This is mental programming. We don't use stock footage of other people's dreams. We use AI to cast you as the lead role. You write the script. You pick the outcome. You direct the moment. And now, your mind movie isn't some generic slideshow. It's photorealistic. immersive in VR.
Appreciate you.
You got it.
Yo, that's the life.
Anything else you need?
I'm good.
Whenever you see yourself signing the deal,
That's it. Congratulations.
Damn, I just made me $5 million. Your boy popping now.
An honor to introduce the 2026 Businessman of the Year.
you hear the room when you walk in. You feel the win like it already happened. Because your subconscious doesn't speak logic, it speaks experience. And when you experience success on repeat,
I got my shit together.
your brain stops treating it like a fantasy and starts moving like it's inevitable.
My bread long now.
Yes, sir.
So stop cutting out pictures of a life you don't live.
Action!
Step into the director's chair and create the masterpiece. Psychocinematics. Direct your life and star in your success.
If you want to learn how to create the dopest mind movie starring you, make sure you check out the Psychocinematic Workshop. Action!
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. We have Psychocinematics. He will be one of our special guests. He will be in the building, ladies and gentlemen. You already know what it is. Shout out to the Jetson Life, my good brother Tyreek doing the damn thing. Shout out to everybody doing their thing. Spin City, you know what I mean? My brother Malik. Shout out to Blue Pillar with the Farmy. Shout out to H Factor. There's a lot of people in these spaces making major moves in the tech world. So I'm just here to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, we are in for a very, very, very good year. Before I do get out of here, I do want to show y'all this right here. All right. I didn't tap into this. Now, this right here is recommended as the sandbox, right? What is a sandbox? Sandbox is literally the same thing that it was when we were younger. It's somewhere where we go to play with our tools and whatnot. So before we go to Hicksfield and throw all of that money into Hicksfield, I go right here to Atlas Cloud, right? Atlas Cloud AI is one of the best sandboxes where you literally can play with every single tool that they have on the market. You can explore all of these different tools, whether they're from China, whether they're from America, whether they're from France, wherever they're from, they're inside of Atlas Cloud. You pay about $10, $20 to get access to the cloud, and you can basically prompt anything that you want. You could use all of these tools. You could find out which one works for you best, because like I said, each one of these tools have their own personality. Each one of these tools have their own PowerPoints. Each one of these tools are basically created to create something specifically. You have text to image, you have image to image, you have video to video, you have audio to video, you have access to OpenAI, Google, ByteDance, Flux, Kling, Luma, Pixverse, Vidu, you know what I mean? Quinn and Wan, right? So Quinn and Wan out of Alibaba, these are some very you know, these some good ass tools and whatnot. So boom. All you got to do, right? So this is what, image to image. Okay, let me see. So supports multiple. Okay, image to image, right? Take an image. This one, upload an image. Okay, the image was too big. Upload. All right. So we took the lady from the Osbournes and we said, make her a dragon and make it photorealistic. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Let's see what happens. Is she gonna turn into a dragon or not? We'll see. So, like I said, this is a play box. This is a sandbox. This is a play. Hey, there you go. Turn the ass right into a dragon. Yeah. So they turned into 2 dragons. They must have known, like, it ain't waste no time. It was like, oh, I got this. Yeah. Let's pull the mask off of this chick and make her a dragon. So, look at the quality. One of the things about this play box, whenever you generate something, you have to download it because it is going to erase it on the next generation. It doesn't hold on to your pictures or your videos. It doesn't have that type of component to it. It's literally there for like trying things out. It's a one and done, right? So like I said, large language models, they got API keys that you could get. You have access to all of the LLMs. So, you try things out, man. This is really about image and video, though. Atlas is more about image and videos. This is more about a image and video. It's the world's first full modal inference platform for developers. Like low key, this is for the developers. This is for like developers to use, but I got put onto it and I'm putting you onto it. So check it out. Okay. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I actually got to do Sacrilegious Sunday. So I'm right back at your asses as soon as I'll be back around 10:30. Okay. I'll be back around 10:30 and whatnot. So yeah, if y'all in the building, I will see y'all then. If not, I will see you again. I hope to see you in class. If you don't make it to the class, come to the school and whatnot. If you don't have the bread to be in class, come over to the school. The school is also cost efficient. We ain't out here breaking pockets. Even the class is cost efficient because we really want to build this community and just get this thing going so we could, do what needs to be done because enough time has waited. And we need to build out this fantasy complex industry. So this is my this is my love letter to the family, and this is my demonstration to the family for the Imaginarium Super Bowl. I hope we score some touchdowns and whatnot. If you in the chat and you enjoyed what you heard, leave us some emojis, give us some emoji love. So we know that you are satisfied. You know what I mean? Y'all gotta let me know. I can't let you know. Y'all gotta let me know. You smell me? You know what I mean? Thank you. I appreciate it. And once again, keep in mind, this is about 3 hours. We are covering we've covered some things, but in this I don't want to time constraint the teachings. There's so much more to teach, but we gave you some workflows. We gave you the steps to take and whatnot. Follow those steps. Use the prompt, the 40 prompts from Banana Nano. Go and use the use the Chat GPT to make your prompts. If you don't have prompts, if they don't have the prompts that you need, go to Chat GPT, give it your idea. It'll make the prompt for you. go to Hicksfield or go to a standalone. You know what I mean? Go to Midjourney, go to Hicksfield, go anywhere and do what you got to do. Knock that shit out. And then I was going to show you our cap cut and everything. I just don't have the time. That will be in class number 2. We're going to be doing a master class coming up. Look out for Techno Tuesdays, episode 50 on Tuesday. We are up to episode 50. That's 50 weeks of Techno Tuesdays with Red and Spin. All right, that's coming up. Look out for that. We also got an IRL coming up. Look out for that. In the ATL. Look out for that. So with that being said, peace, love, and light to the family. And thank you for your support. You know what I mean? All of those who signed up while we were in class, I appreciate you. Thank you. And we will see you on Friday. With that being said, let's see. Let's end it with the legend 44 Tops. And that video is coming soon too. Facts Remix. Peace.
Brand new purple light, brand new purple light, friends, facts, brand new purple light, friends, red and blue, purple light, friends, facts. You can get to know the ledger, sacrilegious, Sunday to melanin Monday. You can get to know the ledger, my love. Just open your third eye on Thursday. Lord, the food, the art, the clothes, the Vatican's getting exposed fast. We put the show on the road. You better stay on your toes. I was till the land, focused on the ego. Then I opened my heart, let go of the ego. Grand after grand, we're stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts, yeah. We gon' put this shit on our backs. Facts, facts. We in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, facts. Peace, love and light. Peace, love to the family. Peace, love and light to the family. Peace, love and light to the family.
These days and time, black man, is going to be the time that you have been waiting for. You came here for a reason. Whatever pressure, whatever adversity, whatever the fuck you feel, I don't know what you feel, but whatever you may be feeling is going to push you, and it's going to provoke you, and it's either going to make you or break you, similar to how pressure busts pipes or the shit makes diamonds.